quarters in the wrong place. Oh, that's nice.
Wow, it's a police officer.
That's nice.
Making a lot of noise.
Isn't it?
Welcome, there's the mayor. Hello, and there's the pin. The inaugural pin. And I'm going the wrong way.
Oh, you're just following that.
Yeah, that's all. Yay! Okay, thank you. Very sweet woman.
She's very nice, eh?
Yeah. Allowing me to park on her grass? What more can you ask for?
Wet.
Hi, Joe.
So last time I saw that dog, there was a tricycle.
What I'm going to do, nobody over for Canada next year. We're making plans already. Yeah. This is just a warm up. Yeah. And we're going. Thank you very much. And we're going to implement a national registry. Dogs that wish to donate their organs will be.
That's a good idea. I mean, that's something that really needs to happen. Because the new driver's license, they're just saying it doesn't have a spot on there to fill in now.
I didn't even realize that. I looked at it. She says, "Have a look at yours." I went, "Oh, it isn't," because before you could put on there, now you can't.
Because I had always signed mine because my sister needed a kidney transplant a few years ago, and then it ended up she didn't have to have one, but her and I were checked to see if we were compatible to have one. So at that time, I signed a donor card 12 years ago. I always have. You know, but I don't have one now because I just got my new driver's license and there's no spot on it. It's a wonder when they send them out to you that they don't send you a new paper to put on it or do something because
We're the only one of you that haven't developed things like national registry. And it's a shame because there's so many people that listen to their wish that they don't want to unite their organs. Because of the situation where a family has been a lot of people did wish to donate their organs, which could have saved a lot of lives. But what we need to do is change that picture that we have presently, and most countries are in the national registry, and it's been working. You know,
with computers and everything, how hard is it to do a national registry?
Exactly.
Everybody's got a social insurance number.
So that's one of the things that's really come to surface while I did this trip. And this is after talking to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people and different organizations. And, you know, and most of our problems lies in our present legislations. Because almost every Canadian I talked to, not one of them had anything bad to say about transplantation. So, you know, we feel that, you know, Canadians as a whole are generally giving and caring people. So the spirit is there. We have the wrong legislation. We need to change something. So I'm going to try and get a national registry when I do my blog, raise funds, because we think that the government still is going to act a little bit slow on this. And sometimes you have to just take matters into your own
You probably have a whole collection. But
we know you don't have an official St. Thomas golf towel.
No, I don't. Do I have one, Joe?
Absolutely not. We need
There
one.
you know.
Okay.
We have, and you can just clip that on while you do all your walking.
Wow, great.
We had to think of stuff that you didn't already get, and that's really difficult. We had a triathlon this year, and so we figured we definitely will give you a medal. It's engraved on the back from St. Thomas. So for all your hard work and for including us.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll be able to leave. And last but not least, everybody should have is a watch. A Y watch.
We finally got a watch.
Y watch. That way you can log all those hours and look at it and go, yes.
Beats the Casino Rama one I got.
By the way, everybody, I brought Joan Dale here, and she's waiting for us. And she's been doing some wonderful work from London. She's from London. And she's been on the waiting list for 2 years now. You know, this is one of the things that needs to be changed. You know, like in Spain, Joan would have probably got her liver by now. So we're going to try to march forward and bring this message and try to reach as many Canadians and politicians, you know, and see if we can make this positive change.
That's excellent. We're going to a hospital board seminar this week, so this might be a good opportunity to bring all these things up in Toronto.
The more the people that talk about it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing we also encourage is to talk to your ministers, your priests, your rabbis, so you'll be very comfortable morally and ethically about these issues that you're going through.
We're really glad you included us in your walk. And we know you have a long way to go though, George.
No, it worked in perfect because I knew I was going to stay in London for a few days. And to me, St. Thomas is just a hop, skip, and jump away.
We're not sure we like that one, but no.
That's okay.
We don't want St. Thomas people to hop, skip, and jump to London, but they do.
And actually, I got my first day of rest in London yesterday, so I was up. And I was scheduled to get a day of rest while I was in Niagara Falls. So it was a Sunday.
Yeah. 2 weekends ago, I caught all that press coverage.
Yeah. Our hotel burns down.
You were in that hotel?
I was in
my.
that That was a hotel. I couldn't even get a good night's sleep, and you know, thinking I couldn't wait to just sleep in that morning. Just in our hotel.
Look at that, yeah, rise and shine. What is that alarm?
Joe, my road manager, actually got the whole thing unfilmed.
Did he really?
Yeah, and he almost burned himself trying to get it.
What an eventful trip.
Yeah. How often do you get to Niagara Falls and have your hotel burned down?
Not many times, that's
Not
for
many
sure.
times.
I would have slept right through the whole thing if George didn't like nudge me. I didn't even hear it.
Oh my. Well, we thought maybe we'd get you come in and have a tour and get a okay for a minute, but I'll give you that too. Want me to throw those on the
Yeah, okay. Is the door open?
Absolutely.
Just so you don't, you can actually drink that water you have. Yeah. That's super. I'll put that in. Dog might want to come back with us. It's almost lunchtime.
You need all your lunches for
Oh, I wonder if we're having broccoli.
Got off the ferry at Tobermory, went along the Sigs, and came down the Central. It's all downhill.
Where do you get the cards to fill out? Do they have about their wife?
Well, what we were, and we just didn't have enough time to do this, was we wanted to make a YMCA donor card. And you know, we're hoping to maybe, as we went to each Y, maybe that'll get implemented afterwards. You know, we'll speak to Sylvia about that. But we're hoping to make the cards right now as accessible as possible. So, you know, we've also asked the Salvation Army to help out in this, you know, so that we can have have cards available. Because that's got to be the craziest thing if somebody wanted to and they can't find a donor card.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like that's crazy.
Yeah. It is. It is. Thanks for coming.
So I do have some in my bag, which I can give you a few.
We could leave them here, maybe.
Yeah, we'll leave them here. We'll leave them here.
So I'll pick them up later.
Super.
I would have walked, I only had 10 meetings today, and I said, I don't have time to go home and work in another outfit, so.
We
Sorry.
didn't know if it was going to rain or not rain too, but George got in the rain.
Well, I kind of welcome the rain sometimes.
Kind of cools you off.
Yeah, it kind of cools me off.
The city would have liked it in July.
Anything's, like, I'm glad it happened in July at the beginning.
Yeah.
You get all the rough stuff out of the way, then you kind of get a little toughened up.
Yeah, right. So that's a real feat, I tell you. So how many kilometers? So 2,000 you won't walk by the time you're done?
All kinds, all wired up.
I actually do support this here.
1,656.
Bye.
Right. The steps.
PBC
Right now
Families
I'm
of
at
Southern Ontario.
2,097,238 steps.
I'm also a founding member of the
Right down to the...
2 million steps.
Isn't that something? Incredible, wow.
I had my first million just below North Bay when we were coming out of Deep River.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful area to walk.
So you run a support
Now we had a
group
silly question. When you
for
hit
their
Windsor,
families
you're
in
going to walk all
this
the way
area?
back to Point.
So families from all across Southern
Yeah,
Ontario.
yeah.
Okay,
So you'll drive back
we have
to
22
London,
families
we're going to stop
as of
off for a
today.
couple of days. I'm going to visit
There are,
Major Cameron, who's in the hospital.
I know one other lady in St. Thomas that also is a PBC sufferer and is a member of our families.
I'll be probably about 20 kilometers outside
There's
of Kitchener.
a couple of ladies, there's two ladies in St. Thomas actually. There's a lady in Aylmer, there's a lady in Port Stanley,
Okay, so there's two in St.
St.
Thomas, one in Aylmer.
one in Aylmer, one in Port Stanley, one in Rodney. We have 5 or 6, I'm not sure on the count from London itself. It's quite good. It's a rare disease because it only affects 1 in 500 people.
Yeah, it is what?
So it affects one in
500 people.
Dogs have been pretty good.
But for every 10 people afflicted, 9 out of the 10 are women.
Yeah, they just don't know how they're going to react.
If I know that there's a small one and I'm coming up, oh boy, I usually cross the street.
Do you?
Yeah, because as soon as he sees his attitude.
how critical is it for you
They have to. They have a liver disease. They're looking up at everybody so that work has stage.
No, they don't.
You're in which?
End stage.
Yeah, I wonder how we got that.
Peter named him actually.
That means that cirrhosis is taking over my
Because it was
liver.
the third litter, and that was one of her names. That's
And so you've been on the list for 3 years and still not.
I had what's called a dry run on the 24th of March. I was in 5 minutes of going to the operating room when the call came in that someone in another region had gone into total liver failure and needed that liver right now.
So you were within 5?
Within 5 minutes of going down to the operating room. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, when I got out of the hospital, I did say the F word. I didn't usually use it, but I did that day.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And the reason they had to change was because someone had gone
Someone
in.
went into total liver failure and they needed it.
I just have to go in and clean the pool. It's our shutdown, so I'm in no hurry to go scrub walls.
It's almost like
With PBC, I call it a hidden disease
It's
because
our
I
year
look
starts
healthy.
September 1.
Yes.
If you didn't know
So
me,
we empty the pool.
if I hadn't told you I have PBC,
Our
you wouldn't know I
year,
was sick.
No.
And that is one of the major problems.
The Y actually itself
The other
was
problem we
downtown
have
in a
with it
very
is
old building
because
up
cirrhosis
till 2
is
years
part
ago.
of the name,
This
people
facility was built in
automatically assume
78
that
by
I'm
the
an
Y.
alcoholic.
The CEO at the time didn't want kids in his wife.
There's over 100 liver diseases that are not affiliated with alcoholism
Okay,
at all.
So
okay.
7,000 kids paying $300 a year to make it go. So it physically closed for
So what did you
2
say now?
years.
There's over.
Over 100 liver
And then a private
diseases
group
that are
took
not
it over.
connected
Just
to
interesting, 'cause it's the
alcoholism or
only
drug
pool in
abuse.
St. Thomas. There's no other pool at all. They ran it.
But when people hear the word
almost
cirrhosis,
exactly
they
at the time
automatically
was the
assume
Y,
that I'm an
and this
alcoholic.
group
Even
started
in the
running
medical
into financial
profession,
troubles.
that's
The Y's
the
building
doctors.
was
Some
gone.
doctors
They
will
didn't own
ask,
it. It belonged to CN.
how much drinking do you
And
do?
this
How long
so
have you been
just-
drinking?
they were running
And
out of
liver
money, they
disease is
didn't
called
remember.
cirrhosis.
So
Is
they
that just
amalgamated.
another word for liver
And
disease?
That's the
cirrhosis.
end stage
October
of liver
96,
disease.
they amalgamated
Cirrhosis sets in, and that's what it is. It's that the liver is scarred, and it cannot regenerate itself or repair itself.
2 years. I'm 21 years in the Y, so I've been all over full time. No, and I live here Monday through Friday. I live in Niagara Falls.
Oh,
So
really?
when you're here,
Oh,
Talbert
so
now, and I knew all about it. Yes, I ran the Niagara Falls Y for the last 8 years.
So what do you
And
think
St.
about
Catherine's
George's
yeah,
Y?
yeah, I know Joe well.
I think
and
it's
then I worked in
absolutely
Alberta
wonderful.
and
He's walking for me, as I
so
said
I've been all
before.
through the Y too. So we have this is our new home, and it's small, but it's
He's
a
not
small
only
community,
thanking
and
his donor
just ready
family
to
for
launch
for
a
the
campaign.
new life they've given
Had
him,
a
he's
1.5 million
helping to promote a new life for me, or to give me the chance of a new life.
But we've made do. Our membership has gone from 7.
There's a lot of mystery surrounds organ donation and organ transplantation in this country. George is helping to eliminate that mystery by making people aware of what you can do after transplantation. You can still be a productive person and carry on an almost normal life.
Yeah, yeah. So we're happy. In our membership, when I got here, I arrived October 97. It's 1,700 members, and now we have just under 25. And it's 50-50 kids and adults. That's pretty good for for the population. And our building, we have a computer tells us how many entries. We get over 12,000 entries for 30,000 people. Like it is the only, you know. Yeah, it is.
Hi, Joe.
John.
Maybe I can take your photo.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because the first time I saw myself on video, I realized how short I was. So then I changed it to the challenge. I was in a classroom with these kids, 10 and 11-year-olds. It's towering over me, so I stood on a chair then.
Okay, so maybe I can just get a picture of you three together.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And then we'll get in, get you a coffee or a juice or whatever.
You can just chat with each other.
We can chat away.
So it doesn't
So
look
it's not posed?
Can't come out.
You can't
Go
hug,
ahead.
That's even better. Let's do it this way.
Easy now, Georgie.
Yeah. Did you have to walk? No, it's still today. Thank you, Mark, for this. This is great.
Thank you for that statement.
Yes,
Not
this is what I would.
not many people say that.
No,
I do
no.
an
it's-
editorial on it because even when I read the literature previously, I thought I just said, Canadians need to get on board with this.
Well, Canadians don't know when it's going to affect them.
And I think that's their feeling. It's not, in my family yet.
Good
so
point.
that's a very good point.
We never thought it was going to affect either of us either, did we?
No, not
Well,
me.
you don't have a choice.
You know, I was already had all my plans in life, what I was going to do and everything. And came out of that physical thinking that I was going to be in tip-top shape like the last physical I had.
Yeah.
And my whole world
Dealt
changed.
a whole different hand to cards.
Yeah.
And not just overnight, it changed right then, eh, George?
It changed right then, yeah. Like, but you don't hear it as. I mean, you don't feel it's unreal. Like
Yeah.
I almost felt I was going through a soap opera, and I was waiting for the music to come on. You know, that
Or a
soap
commercial to come on and it's not me.
Yeah. And the guy visits his doctor.
Looking in on it.
You're telling me that is this my news? You know.
You got the wrong guy, yeah?
Yeah. Just,
I
So
still
when
have
were you?
those
How long
days.
ago did you find out, Tom?
I found out in '92 and
And you had your transplant?
in '95.
I think I have that information back at the office, but just to be sure.
Now the waiting lists are growing.
Oh, sure.
You know, they're growing, and people are having to wait a lot longer even. You know, Joan took 3 years. Like
When I first went on the list, I was told I would have an average of 8 months to wait.
So that's how.
So John, do you actually know like where you are on this list too?
I am number 3 on the O positive list out of the London Centre. That was as of last week, but
Okay.
it changes daily because if somebody goes into liver failure, that number doesn't mean anything.
That's right, yeah,
You know,
because
I
they
mean,
become a priority.
that's
They're
right.
first.
That's got to be frustrating, up and down.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. What can you do? It's somebody's mother, brother, sister, daughter,
Yes.
father, whatever.
Yes.
I read statistically there's 2,500 people on dialysis right now,
On dialysis.
and they're running out of machines. There's a shortage. Remember that article from Maclean's magazine?
But you see, Joe, there's a difference with the people on dialysis. Like kidney patients have that option, liver patients don't.
Oh,
Heart
I totally
patients
agree.
don't.
I'm not
You know,
saying, but
lung
I'm saying
patients don't.
that right there is a statement that, you know what,
Yeah, no.
you know, because you can get a living donor for a kidney, right? You know,
Step by step, George.
but look how serious it is even in that area.
Hey, John, how you doing?
No one's stepping up, you know, to address that. You know, so it makes it even harder for people who need livers, lungs, hearts.
That's right.
I will.
We're just going to
Okay,
find
bye.
out who all, as far as dignitaries, the mayor. Oh, the mayor. We had our three board members.
John,
I don't know. Who is it? I don't know.
It was John?
Yeah, I want you to
you weren't here.
introduce you to our chairperson.
Where is he?
I got a phone.
Our chairman.
I get just unraveled is when I'm not on schedule. I
Listen,
follow.
I said the reporter was in the wrong place. She should be in the van. She gets the true side of the story.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm going to do something and you can yell at me.
No,
I
no,
think
it's
you
okay.
should interview this guy, the driver guy.
Yeah, he's like that song
He's wonderful.
In the Shadow that by Ben Midler. He's that shadow guy.
He's wonderful.
Okay, I'll talk to you.
Yes.
I thought he
What letter for?
Tracy.
Tracy here.
Tracy from Breakfast.
Breakfast television?
Breakfast television. Yeah.
Hey, tell me about Premier Harris. I hear he's been looking for you.
Oh, Mike.